War doesn't just stay on battlefields anymore. It shows up at the gas pump, at the grocery store, in your electric bill, in shipping delays, and in the price of everyday life. What a lot of people miss is this: when war breaks out in major oil producing regions or near global shipping routes, consumers end up paying for it, whether they support the war or not. The bill shows up anyway. The Federal Reserve said in March 2026 that energy prices were moving higher because of conflict in the Middle East, and UN trade data shows Red Sea disruptions and rerouted shipping have kept costs elevated and supply chains unstable. So, what does that mean for regular people? First, gas and transportation costs go up. When oil markets get nervous, fuel prices can jump fast. And when fuel goes up, it affects almost everything else because nearly everything gets moved by truck, ship, rail, or plane. That means higher delivery costs, more expensive goods, and more pressure on working people already stretched thin. Second, food prices take a hit. War disrupts fertilizer, grain exports, fuel, farm production, and shipping. FAO warned in March 2026 that the Persian Gulf conflict created a major shock to energy, fertilizer, and agri-food markets. That is not some abstract economist sentence. That turns into pricier groceries, more pressure on farmers, and families getting less food for more money. Same lousy cart, higher total. Third, shipping problems hit shelves and wallets. UNCTAD has warned that geopolitical disruptions have raised freight costs and made trade slower and less reliable. Earlier UNCTAD estimates said higher shipping costs alone could push global consumer prices up by about 0.6% as those costs move through supply chains. So even if a war is far away, your household budget still gets dragged into it. And fourth, low-income families get squeezed the hardest. The Fed's February 2026 Beige Book noted that financial pressure on low-income households remained intense. That's how this works. People already barely hanging on get hit first and hardest by inflation, fuel spikes, and rising essentials. So when people ask how war affects consumers, the answer is simple. It raises costs, disrupts supply chains, creates uncertainty, and makes everyday life more expensive. It hits your commute, your groceries, your bills, and your ability to plan. And that's the part that should make people mad. Because for consumers, war is not just foreign policy, it becomes household policy. You may not be in the conflict zone, but your wallet still gets deployed.